The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Joseph Parker a cherry or a legitimate threat to Deontay Wilder in this fight? We're going to take a look at their face-off, and then we'll discuss this topic. So, as you know, Deontay Wilder is going to make his debut in Saudi Arabia, fighting Joseph
But you
Parker.
took your place there, had a look
And
around.
so, here you go. You see their face-off. Wilder looks like he has him by a few inches. Pause. And uh, and you see it's pretty intense face off. Yeah, they shake hands at the end, but it wasn't like, they were smiling, laughing, and everything. Uh, see Wilder hugging Frank Warren there. So I'm going to turn over to you, Ned the TBE, first on this one. Is Joseph Parker a cherry, or is he a legitimate threat to Deontay Wilder?
I think he can be legitimate. If it's Joseph Parker we got from Joyce, I think he could be a threat to Deontay. But if it's Joseph Parker we got when he fought homie from the Philippines, Australia, whatever, then it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. Like, you can't be Mr. Nice Guy. You gotta be Mr. Bad Guy today, Joseph Parker. You gotta be like, you gotta really bring your violence. You gotta like channel that inner dark side of you to fight Deontay Wilder. But if you don't bring any of that out, you're not gonna win. You're not. I don't see it. I don't see it. But I still think the fight date is December 23rd, and when it happens, it happens. But I feel Joseph Parker has the skills to beat him, but does he have the heart? That's all. That's all that matters at this point. Is, does he have the heart to beat this guy? And if he comes in and he's decisive, he's skilled, he's fluent, he's moving. The head movements are pause. The head movements all right. I think Joseph Parker can beat Deontay Wilder. That's all I'm saying. But
So you think he's legitimate?
yeah,
Okay,
I think
he's legitimate.
a threat.
All right,
Some of our panel may not see that, but that's what I'm pointing out. It's like he's been there with the
we
big
asking you. We're not asking you to speak for the rest of the panel. We asking
been
you.
there with the big dogs, and he proved himself well. But it's all about his heart. It's all about the courage he has, and he knows what's at stake. Not another paycheck.
All right, G.
No, this is definitely a cherry pick. You know what I'm saying? Now, for a number of reasons, Joseph Parker, and in that press conference, he actually looked good. He looked like he lost that weight that he put on when he was going against Joyce, But with Joseph Parker, this is the issue. Any signature fight, like, the courage fades away, like when he fought Andy Ruiz, and people are like, oh, this is a great fight. Now that fight, could have been a draw, whatever, but when you see it, you're like, prior to that fight, Joseph Parker was known for just knocking dudes out with fast combinations. He was a legitimate threat back then. Then you see this dude, he becomes champion, he gets in the ring with AJ. He was on the back foot the entire time. Like, he made AJ work because he did not want to engage with AJ because he was afraid of AJ's power. Then we see, when he fought and the other, I forgot the truck driver guy, dude from his country. I'm like, yo, bro, these are like life and death fights with no-name guys. You know what I mean? So, and no disrespect to them other dudes, but it's like, come on, Parker, man, you're supposed to be a world champion. Then, fast forward, my man Joseph Parker steps up and goes up against the juggernaut, Joyce. And in that fight, we seen glimpses of the old Joseph Parker. However, that wasn't, to me, that doesn't mean, if he uses that style against Wilder, it's going to pay off. I think that would be a foolish style for him. I think he's going to do what he did against AJ. He's afraid of the counter shots that are going to be coming his way. So he's going to just stick and move, stick and move. He's gonna try to play the distance game and make that fight really, really boring for Wilder, right? And if he tries to engage like he did with Joe Joyce, because remember, he is faster than Joyce, so that's why he was taking it to Joe Joyce. The only problem was he just didn't have the power to actually knock this dude out. You know what I mean? But he's not going to take that chance with Wilder, and Wilder's way faster than Joe Joyce, so it'd be kind of foolish for him to try to go blow for blow pause with Deontay Wilder. Like, it's not even strategically sound to do, right? So I think he's gonna do the very same thing that he did against AJ, and that's why I think it's a cherry pick, because I don't see Joseph's side. I don't even see Tyson Fury giving Joseph Parker that type of advice to just take it to Wilder, right? Because it's like, yo, you done seen that dude try to do that with Joyce, and he paid badly for that. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. And in that last couple of fights with Joseph Parker, he seems like he's more interested in becoming an actor versus, an actual legitimate boxer. He seems like his claim to fame is being like Tyson Fury's like sidekick almost. Like he's like Robin to Tyson Fury's Batman. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think this is an actual cherry pick for Wilder. I'll be completely shocked if Joseph Parker could pull this off, but I just don't see it. Just like when Otto Wanley made that joke, I'm like, it ain't funny because I don't see it, and I don't think anybody wants to see that fight. Like, we need Wilder to win. Just like we need AJ to win. You know what I mean? Like, for real, we need these guys to win, because if they lose, then it's like you can kiss that AJ Wilder fight kind of goodbye at this point.
I hear you, G, but I'm going to say Joseph Parker's a legitimate threat. Now, how legitimate, I'm not saying that he's the type of threat where you make it 50-50, right? But I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to pull it out based on his skill. We all know Joseph Parker's a talented fighter. He lost to Dillian, for example, but in that fight, he was able to drop Dillian, and Dillian was saved by the fact that, it happened in the last round. He fought Derek Ward Chisora, and this is where his lack of killer instinct comes in. It felt like he could finish the Chisora several times in both fights, and he did not. But he still was able to beat Derek Chisora. And I know that people overlook victories over Derek Chisora, but the reality is Chisora makes it ugly in there for everyone. Chisora made it ugly in there for Usyk. He made it ugly in there for Joseph Parker. And he's made it ugly in there for Tyson Fury. Remember, Tyson Fury fought him 3 times, and Tyson Fury had a hard time stopping Chisora. In fact, they stopped that fight in the third in their trilogy because of accumulation of punishment. So he did beat Chisora twice, and I felt like he won the first fight, but of course, Derek Chisora has his fan base who demanded a rematch and felt like Chisora got robbed. So Joseph Parker just did it more decisively in the second fight. When he was fighting Joe Joyce, G, you brought up a great point. He took it to Joe Joyce, and he was able to do that because Joe Joyce was a lot slower than him. Taking it to Deontay Wilder does come with a risk. The risk is getting caught with a counter because Wilder is much faster than Joe Joyce. However, the question is, do you want to be on the back foot with Wilder, allowing Wilder to get full range of motion on his straight right hand? So that's for Joseph Parker to decide. But I do think he's very skilled, and I do think he'll be able to put hands on Deontay Wilder. So the question is going to become, is Deontay Wilder's chin as good as Joe Joyce's chin used to be after Zane cracked that mug? Because I don't think Joseph Parker's ever going to take punches. Joe Joyce is ever going to take punches the way he used to again. But at that time, Joe Joyce was known for having a sturdy chin, and Joseph Parker just got tired of tagging him. So the question is going to be, what's Deontay Wilder's punch resistance like? If Deontay Wilder's punch resistance is still there, I do think he's going to take Joseph Parker out. At some point, I think he's going to catch Joseph Parker like he catches everyone else. And when that happens, good night. But I do think it's a legitimate threat because I do think that Joseph Parker is the more skilled fighter in the ring, the more talented fighter in the ring. And Deontay Wilder is just the guy with the dynamite. But the question is, what happens if Joseph Parker can avoid the right hand all night? It wouldn't shock me to see Joseph Parker win on points. Although Wilder's found a way to hit everyone with the right hand, including Tyson Fury. So I mean, I don't know how much I would wager on Joseph Parker. In fact, I wouldn't wager 50 cents on Joseph Parker. But I'm just saying that it wouldn't shock me. And I do think he's legitimate. I don't think he's a cherry. I think a cherry is too disrespectful to Joseph Parker and even to Deontay Wilder in his opponent selection. I do think that there's some risk here for Deontay Wilder, but not extreme risk. I do think Josh was taking more of a risk than Wilder is, but I still think it's a risk nonetheless. All right. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, you can listen to our podcast on all major streaming services. Hey, if you watch this video and you like it, hit the like button. If you watch this video and you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. All right. We appreciate all forms of feedback. If you disagree with something that was said, jump in the comment section. As long as you're respectful to us, respect you. If you disrespect us, then you open the floodgates to get disrespected back. This is the way the world works. We are the Boxing Bros.